What's going on, guys? This is Travesty here, and today I'm bringing you a very subpar PPL match. The reason is a lot of the people involved are really busy at the moment, and no one had time to record my match with their capture cards. Well, I guess I could have got it done eventually, but I have exams coming up, and I just want to get this video done and out there so I can focus on studying. Again, if you don't know what PPL is, links to all that will be in the description. It's a draft-based Pokemon League. Sorry about my voice, I'm a bit sick at the moment. It's also raining outside, and so this is going to be a really shitty video, but you know what, you guys can deal with it. Links to Paul's channel will also be in the description. Be sure to go check him out because he does some really cool stuff. Not restricted to PPL and lots of showdown content, but he's a pretty funny guy, so I suggest you go watch him. And looking at the team that he brought, kind of what I expected, except there's no Braviary. So originally I was going to lead off with Grudra because it is scarfed, and I thought I could get a surprise kill on something. But seeing they didn't bring hazard removal, I decided to lead off with Cobalion as we get into the battle. You can see the dodgy reflection of my webcam. Oh my god, this is so shit. So I decided to lead off with Cobalion and try and get rocks up straight away. This is possibly the worst thing that could have possibly happened, is he leads with Landorus and I don't have my Mega off with Sableye yet. So I can't really afford to stay in case he does just go for EQ, and I switch straight into my Sableye to try and scout out what kind of set he is, and he goes for Stealth Rocks, and I'm like, well, fuck. Yeah, Stealth Rocks. I've had to deal with those before, they're a bit of a pain. So here I decided to just Mega off and go for Knockoff, expecting him to either U-turn or just hard switch. I can get rid of something leftovers. If he decides to stay in with this thing, I can knock off whatever item it has. He reveals a U-turn, so probably not a setup one because he would only have one attacking move, other than U-turn obviously. And he goes into Aromatisse, which is what I expected. So I just knock off, and this thing actually shows that it had a Kebia Berry, which is interesting. To take a hit from Nidoqueen, which I don't really agree with because I also have this thing, but you can hit super effectively with a stab move, which is Cobalion. So I switch in here as he goes to the Psy Shock, predicting Nidoqueen. Again, I'm a Cobalion, I don't really see why that prediction had to be made, but whatever. Here I decided to just get my rocks up, because if I'm going to have them, at least he's going to have to deal with them as well, so I can start getting some chip damage on things. Then here I predict him to U-turn because he wants to try and get momentum and just go for the Toxic so I can start wearing down this Landorus, because it looks to be a bulkier variant, so I need to be able to wear it down a little bit. He goes for U-turn, does next to nothing because again it's Cobalion. Cobalion I've become really fond with this season, not gonna lie. And he goes out into Clifford, which is his Arcanine. So he gets the Intimidate off. I can't really touch this thing, I don't want to take a Flare Blitz. So I decide that I'm just going to switch out and go into my Sableye. He also reveals that he's Intimidate and Leftovers, so probably more defensive. In particular, he's not Flash Fire. I was kind of worried that he'd been Flash Fire. Go for Willow, predicting my Sableye to come in and then get the Flash Fire boost, then be able to kill me, but he didn't, so that's fine. He just goes for Flare Blitz here, and you see we're at 101 health before he attacks, and that brings us down to 53. So if my math is correct, he did 48 damage, which means we should live another one. And I did the calc, and he would have to get a max roll to kill me at this range. I don't really have anything I want to switch in, so I just stay in, hope to live it. He gets the same roll that he got before, and we live on 5 HP. So I'm just able to recover up here, get Sableye back up to a decent amount of health. Unfortunately, with rocks up, it can't really take the hits that it needs to. So he's also getting leftovers recovery during all this, which is a bit of a pain, although he has been taking Flare Blitz recoil. I'm sorry again. He switches out into the Aromatisse as I just go for Recover and get my Sableye back up to a good amount of health. And then after this, I think, is when I go into my Nidoqueen, predicting him not to go for Psychic again. Oh my god, it's out of focus. I'm so sorry about this, guys. Come on, webcam. Come on, you can focus. Yeah, I go into Nidoqueen, he goes for Moonblast. Come on, why aren't you fucking working? God damn it. Doesn't do much, but my sash has already been broken. He gets the special attack drop, which doesn't really matter. I'm expecting him to go into Landorus, make an offensive switch. I'm going to see if I can get this thing focused a little bit better. Fuck's sake. He goes into Vaporeon. Okay, there we go. He goes into Vaporeon, as I predicted the Landorus, and go for Ice Beam. Probably should have gone for Poison Jab, because that does absolutely nothing to Vaporeon. Like, absolutely nothing. And he takes a little bit of damage, but not enough to be worth it. I decided to switch into my Lantern here, even though it is my late game sweeper. I just want to threaten him out and then pull a double. So I bring in Lantern, as he just goes for Scald. Again, I could have been Water Absorbed, but you know, what can you do? Taking Rocks damage. Luckily he doesn't get the burn, so I will still be able to get a few hits with Life Orb. He gets up his leftovers, recovery, whatever. And here I pull a double into Coke, just predicting either Aromatisse or Hydreigon to come in and take the hit. Which works out really, really nicely because he switches out. And if it goes into Aromatisse, I'll trick, but he actually goes out into Cuddles the Hydreigon. And I'm like, awesome, this thing is probably Life Orb, we don't want to stay in, I'm just going to go for Dazzling Gleam. He goes for Head Smash. And reveals that he's actually Scarfed. And I knew he'd bring Head Smash, so much so that I almost put Chachi Berry on Togekiss, but then I was like, nah, because he won't bring Scarfed, but he did. Now I can able to bring Cobalion. I should have kept HP Ice in the thing over Toxic, because then his Landorus switch-in wouldn't be there, but I was like, nah, why would he switch in Landorus when he has an Arcanine and a Vaporeon? But nope, Landorus is his switch-in to this thing, because reasons, I don't know. And so he's able to get the Intimidate. I think I just go for Close Combat. No, I go for Toxic, hoping he'll go into, you know, the aforementioned Vaporeon and Arcanine, which wall the freaking fuck out of me. But no, he goes into Landorus, which I guess is a good play. I just didn't expect that to be a switch into Cobalion. Here I go into Sableye, and because rocks are up, I'm not actually able to take 2 Earthquakes from this thing if it's max attack Adamant. But because it was bulky, I thought maybe he brought a more defensive one, who knows. But no, he's max attack Adamant. He just has Stealth Rocks rather than Setup, so he's able to take out my Sableye here, which is shit. Yeah, basically at this point, I'm getting completely destroyed, and there's nothing I can do about it. So, he's, after Toxic damage, going to be worn down to about half, and I decide to bring in my Goodra and reveal the Scarf. Because I thought, when I brought this in, he's going to be worried of something, because why would I bring in Goodra and a Landorus? So I go for Power Whip, predicting Vaporeon. It's also a roll to kill this Landorus, and as you can see, it doesn't kill the Landorus. So he's able to go for Earthquake, and down goes Goodra. So at this point, I've lost. Like, there is literally no fucking way I can win, which sucks, because I've lost 2 weeks in a row. Cobalion picking up a kill with that Toxic there. And yeah, this is not going well. I believe I'm down 5-3. I send out Cobalion, hoping he'll bring in Hydreigon, but he actually goes into the Thundurus, and I, grasping at straws, I decided to switch into Nidoqueen because its sash has already been broken. There's not much else it can do this battle. They can just try and get off a big hit on something. So I bring in Nidoqueen, he just goes for U-turn and goes straight back into Hydreigon and basically clean up. You can see Nidoqueen taking a little bit of chip damage. Good bring of him to bring U-turn rather than Volt Switch, because I do have 2 electric immunities. He brings in the Hydreigon, and I decided to just stay in and go for Superpower, just in case he just choked massively for some reason. You know, he goes for Earthquake and takes out Nidoqueen. So here, basically I have nothing that can take a hit. I have Lantern and Cobalion left, and this thing just is Scarfed, outspeeds both of them and just wins. So I bring in Cobalion, and he switches, because he was scared of the Sugar Berry. So I just go for a Close Combat, because I know I can basically kill anything that wants to come in. He brings in the Aromatisse, I go for Close Combat, and this does a surprisingly good amount. It does enough to bring him down below half. And I get, you know, the defense and special defense drop. So here, I know Iron Head is guaranteed to do more than half, even if he's max physically defensive. And I get a crit. That did not matter, because even if he's max physically defensive, like I said, min is 50.5%. Here it brings in the Arcanine. Now, I'm actually going to, I don't know if I can pause it. Basically, my play here is to try and sack off Cobalion to this Arcanine, and it's gone out of focus again, come on. And then just leave it as little amount of health as possible to be able to bring in Lantern, click Agility, and clean up. He goes for Morning Sun after I Toxic him, because I'm just going to try and keep him worn down as much as possible with the Toxic. and obviously I'm intimidated and stuff, I can't do too much damage to him. I expect him to just click Flare Blitz. I go for close combat, just to, you know, do a little bit of chip damage, up a little bit. He goes for Will-O-Wisp and misses. Now this is actually super fucking unfortunate, I'm a little bit ahead here, but yeah, he misses a Will-O-Wisp. If he had hit that Will-O-Wisp, I win this game, because Lantern, from the range of HP everything is at, kills everything. But he misses the Will-O-Wisp, so I'm like, alright, I'll just go for close combat again. I should have gone for Iron Head, because it wouldn't have done anywhere near as much. Close combat gets a fucking crit, and down goes Arcanine. So now I can just bring in friggin' Hydreigon and clean up. If he'd done what I expected and just Flare Blitzed, or if it hadn't crit, or if it hit that Willow, Lantern could have come in, set up an agility. I don't know if I could have taken 2 E-speeds, but I would have damn well tried, and I could have just won that battle. But unfortunately, hacks again not going in our favour. That wasn't what decided the match, it was just like my last grasp attempt at winning and didn't work, so whatever. He's able to just clean up with Hydreigon here, just unfortunate. And yeah, that's the game. So yeah, things are going pretty shit at the moment. I don't have time to prep as much as I did before because I'm in the middle of my exam period, and it's just kind of stressful. So I'm going to keep trying, and obviously everyone else in the league is struggling as well, which is why I can't get my match recorded. I'm struggling to get my team gen, that kind of thing. So I'm just going to have to YOLO it to the end of the season. Probably just bring fucking, I don't know, Power Throw, Punch, Sableye and try and win a couple of games. We'll see how the rest of the season goes. Credits to Paul for bringing threats that I did not expect, catching me off guard, and playing really, really well. But yeah, not much else I can say. I hope you guys enjoyed this shitty quality piece of crap video, and I will see you in my next upload.